Hey.
Let's go, Brandon.
Hey.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hey.
Let's go, Brandon.
Because you'll be in jail.
Let's go, Brandon.
You know what?
And we're going.
Episode 2?
Cheers.
Episode 2.
Ep 2. Attack of the Bros.
Attack of the Bros?
Mm-hmm.
The Broheme?
The Brosephiuses.
Oh my, okay, good lord.
Everything went a lot better last time once I started to feel the...
Oh, feel the alcohol?
Yeah.
I think that's a form of alcoholism.
No. It's a social lubricant.
But we're not being social.
We're being social with the world. The world is saying
the
what we
5
do.
people of you that watch this, hello. We're lubricated and ready.
Mm-hmm. Just got to get these wheels turning. So anyway, Alex Murdaugh.
Have you watched the documentary?
We did.
Dude.
It was so stupid. Like, he's so stupid.
He did.
He totally did it.
100% did it.
He did it.
100%.
He did it.
I think I don't know. I mean, obviously, but the weirdest thing for me is at the very end where he was like, did Netflix make something about us?
There's supposed to be like some cliffhanger, and it's just
Right.
kind of like,
Although,
too meta.
As a lawyer, why would you let that come out during the case, like the hearing? On either side. I guess it really works for the defense because I guess if somebody from the jury saw it, couldn't you claim like a mistrial?
Yeah, so the jury's not supposed to see it at all.
But like,
Yeah, they're supposed to be, especially the case that it's this big profile. I mean, they have to be like in a hotel room,
sequestered,
locked
right?
away from the room, locked away from the whole world, and like they can't have any outside influence in this case. They can't be like researching. Their phones are taken away.
No,
They can't watch the news at all. So it doesn't really have an effect on the people, but it's definitely to influence the court of public opinion.
No,
So
I get what like a sequestering is, but as the like, what's the other side called? Defense and prosecution. But what if just on the off chance that something was seen or something was sent? Like, I get that the jury is supposed to morally recuse themselves, but what if? You know what I mean?
yeah, like what if they saw this coming out,
Right.
or what if they heard about it?
Right.
Like during, like after they got picked, or before they got picked?
Like during the like hearing, like I guess so. I guess a better question would be, in the case of a murder case, is the jury always sequestered?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, especially with, I think this is kind of like the OJ case a little bit of, it's so high profile. And I mean, they had everybody locked away in hotels, and they had their alternate juries also locked away. So nobody could see or hear anything about it. And when they're in voir dire to pick the jury, they have to, well, you would want, if you're the defense in this case, you would definitely want someone that doesn't know anything about Alex Murdaugh or Elec.
Elec. His name is Elec.
Elec, which, by the way, that is so stupid. It's Alex. It's Alex, and he's like, everyone's like,
I
Elec.
thought it was Alec.
I know it was Alec, and then you hear him say it's like Elec, and it's like, are these guys stupid or what? And I looked it up, and the leading theory is because of some Nordic people, or some like there's Nordic or like ancient British people. The origin of the name Alexander was like Elegander or something like that.
So you think he just picked it up and was like, "Oh, I'll just be Elec."
Yeah, they're like, he probably thought that was a good rendition of his name, so he chose that, or it's a common saying. I'm like, no, it's not common. People don't know it.
Our friend Alec should change his name to Elec.
So my dad calls Alec.
My dad calls Alex. He goes,
I'm like,
"Hey, how's Alex?" I'm like, "His name is Alec."
They're like, I don't know what.
I know a Alex. I don't know if that's the one you're asking about.
Like, Alec is a name. Did they forget the other two arms of the X there? Yeah, no. Elec is not it's not a real name unless you're Gaelic.
Well,
Emphasis on the gay.
oh my gosh.
No, but
And lick.
licking gays.
Okay.
That's what he's gonna be doing in jail.
Grab my pocket.
So grab my.
Grab my pocket.
But I know for a fact that he did it because of the fiasco with his drug dealer, trying to get him.
What drug dealer or what drug buyer pays their drug dealer with a check?
That's what I was saying. Like this dude is a generational lawyer, like fourth generational lawyer who runs this town at his family's firm, is a criminal defense lawyer. And he doesn't know not to pay his drug dealer with a check that's for
Drugs.
2 kilos of Oxycontin. $10,000.
Payable too.
How would you be so dumb? So yeah, I think that he's just dumb enough to be like, well, I'm gonna kill my wife and my son,
And nobody's going to touch me.
but here's the twist: I'm gonna use 2 guns,
So and both of them are mine, by the way.
both of which are mine though. But we're gonna make a thing that it was 2 people. I couldn't have done it because I'm not 2 people. No matter, they're my guns.
I only have 2 hands.
He's like, yeah,
That makes sense.
makes
yeah.
sense, yeah.
Me and Brooklyn were talking about this. And do you think that maybe not for lawyers specifically, but do you think people like that, in like small town, lawyer, doctor, whatever you want to say, they think they're untouchable? I mean, they are in their own their own community.
This dude thought he was untouchable.
Well, in his own community, he kind of was.
Yeah, I mean,
But then I think he forgets that, like, oh, the rest of the United States,
there's an outside world.
I'm not untouchable. Like I'm just a lawyer. Like, and I feel like that was him. I feel like he was just so wrapped up in the fact that he was this generational lawyer wealth in this small town that he literally probably couldn't have been touched.
Yeah.
If he would have just been like maybe a few IQ points higher.
He was so raw at couponing that the grocery store had to pay him.
Do you
Like
think
that type of like generational unlock with the local community? It's crazy. He literally like allegedly staged the death of
that kid that they mentioned?
that was allegedly, what was his name? One of his son's lovers.
That accused him of being gay.
Yeah. Like staged his body in the middle of the road after like his son like picked him up. His friend. Allegedly. I'm pretty sure we can say
allegedly pretty positive.
I'm allegedly pretty certain that he did. Yeah, he just thought that he was just so untouchable. So
yeah, no, it was just a creepy and we watched it during the trial too. So we were just, we were sitting there just, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Because I really hadn't even heard about it. And then Brooklyn started watching it and she was, you need to watch this. And then I saw something about Murdaugh on like TV as I was walking out of the building. I was like, oh, that's what that is.
Oh, and then they can't even pronounce the last name right either.
Murdaugh.
They're like Murdaugh.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm pretty sure it's been pronounced
Murdaugh
like forever.
To be fair, he did say his name was
Elec.
So could have been pronounced any number of ways.
I wonder if he spelled it like ELEC.
I don't think so.
He was just so on drugs.
Look at his checks.
Yeah, let's check his checks. This will never happen to me. Like I want to watch this
and every
because
time.
Because I like being in the mind of a criminal. And then they're like, you know what? Can you actually take the trash to the street?
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
It's scary.
It's scary out there at night.
You do it, Mr. Big Strong Man.
Yeah, I'll go get killed. Thanks.
I'm like, chill.
Brooklyn watched the what was the one Zac Efron was in? The Ted Bundy.
Oh, he played Ted Bundy?
I think it was Ted Bundy.
Oh, dude.
I could be wrong. But it was one of those
good
ones.
casting.
And we watched the like I don't remember, Netflix documentary, like the one that was actually the documentary of him. And then we watched the like docudrama one with Zac Efron, I think.
No, it wasn't Zac Efron. what was it?
I think it was Ted Bundy.
I was thinking of the other one with American Horror Story guy.
No, not him. No,
Yeah.
not Dahmer.
Dahmer, yeah.
Yeah. No, we watched that one. We didn't watch. I got through half an episode of Dahmer, the first episode.
Too
I was like,
much.
I can't do this.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I don't need to see this.
I mean, Zac Efron's in there, man.
Well, okay, but
I'm gonna watch that through.
that's duh. But this guy wasn't Zac Efron.
Of course,
He had it.
takes off his shirt.
Have you seen the Dahmer one?
No.
Like within the first 20 minutes, you see a severed head in his fridge.
Oh, sick.
And I was like, I can't.
Yeah, it might be a little too much.
And then there's like a barrel in the corner because that's how he got rid of all the bodies, was decomposing them in the barrel.
Oh yeah.
And like I was about to throw up when I saw that because it's like the first episode, he goes out to this bar, picks up a guy, and like brings him back and is like, oh, let me photograph you or video you or one of the two. And then he locks the door and like puts the guy on the bed and is like, we're gonna watch The Exorcist. He's like, this is my favorite part. And so he sits there watching The Exorcist, and like the guy looks over at the barrel and like starts noticing like bloody things around the room. And he just like, I'm gonna leave. He's like, you're not gonna leave. It's just like, okay. Like, can you imagine being in that situation?
This is where you die.
Right. Like every time he was doing that, and it was just a guy. They were at a gay bar.
Yeah.
And he probably he went out and was like, oh, I'll just have like a fun night on the town. And then
imagine
he's
like, do you want to see a menu? And he's like, I'm seeing the menu right now.
Yeah. Stuff like that.
Creepy.
Stuff like that. It was just too real for me where I was like, this, not for me. Like, I'm not going to be at a gay bar, but like, just think about, like, I kept putting myself in that guy's situation of like, I would be like, just kill me now. Please just kill me.
If I saw that, it's start swinging first, ask questions later.
Oh, 100%.
You see bloody things around the room.
But the issue was he wasn't letting him move. Like, he wasn't tied up, but like anytime he tried to get up, he would get in front of him and like sit him back down.
Yeah, that's swing first, ask questions later.
100%. But I'm just saying.
I'd be like, I don't know, throw roles reversed and then make him sit down. I don't know.
He tried to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He, like, as soon as he realized what was happening, he tried to, because he wanted, apparently, when he picked him up at the gay bar, they were going to go back, have some fun, photo shoot together.
Nice.
But so then when he realized what was happening, he leads into like starting to strip, like trying to take Dahmer's clothes off, like, doing the whole, taking his pants off.
This sounds a lot more than just like 20 minutes, dude.
No, this is within the first 20 minutes.
You really went in
This
there.
is within the first 20 minutes.
You went deep.
Well, so did Dahmer. But he tried to do that. Like, he was like, oh, okay, maybe I'll just seduce him now. And Dahmer, like, he's not having it. Like, he's just like, no, get off me. I want to watch Exorcist. And anytime the guy gets up, he just steps up and like, and he had a machete. That was how, that was the reason the guy wasn't like fighting, is because he had like Dahmer had a machete or like an axe or something right next to him. And he already tried to get up and like he grabbed it immediately and was like, try it again, basically. God. Yep. So that's why I couldn't watch it. I was like, I can't do this. This is too, and like within the first 5 minutes, it's him in the hallway and his neighbor comes out. And she's like, hey, I need you to do something about that smell. Like, it's coming through the vents. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. Like my fish died again or something like that.
Again?
Yeah. Well, it's something like that. Like something, and even the character of the neighbor is like, and it's just it's like a dead body rotting in his apartment is the smell.
That's nice.
And she's like, you've got to do something.
How inconsiderate.
I know, right?
At least
put your body.
If you're going to be a serial killer, at least like, Febreze it.
But so I was like, I can't.
Put in salt. What do you think about people saying that Netflix putting out stuff like that, like the Dahmer,
like all the serial killer stuff?
Yeah, all the serial killers, and kind of like romanticizing it of like, oh, like he was just really misunderstood and he's like really not a bad guy, and kind of like desensitizing people towards that kind of like messed up mental derangement, mental disorder. And making it seem a lot more close to touch, kind of.
Yeah, I've thought about that too, and I do think it is kind of an issue.
It's kind of a problem.
Because what, like, but here's the thing: with the rest of culture, that's what we've done. We've romanticized drag queens. We've romanticized serial killers. We've romanticized, like, emotional abuse. Not even necessarily like, if you're, it's almost like you shouldn't have feelings or something. But we've kind of romanticized all this stuff to where it's okay now in society. And
if we're not romanticizing, we're like putting it out there so much that's desensitizing people.
Do you think that they romanticize it because they actually think we're hurting their feelings if we're not?
I think it's any good villain, you see the humanity in him and you kind of see it from his side. So,
but I think that's different with murderers, though.
Yeah.
I think that's fair up until a certain point.
Well, they were also complex people that had, like, Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah, the Unabomber. Yeah.
Unabomber. Now that one was a lot more understandable because he went through MK Ultra by the CIA and they made him into that person. And then they just kind of like, all right, there you go, dude. Like, go out the door. Like,
let's circle back to MK Ultra, but yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah, so they were like, just go away. And then he's just kind of like, okay, like, what do I do now? Like, these guys like torture me and all. Like, I got to bring down the system. Like, I got to do it.
Well, and I watched the Unabomber docudrama too.
Yeah,
and like found and like looked at
that was a good one.
It was
what was his name? Sam Worthington.
Yeah,
that was so good.
And it's same kind of thing. Like, I didn't like the fact that they were kind of putting you on his side because he did kill people.
Oh, that was another, like, like, screw the CIA, man. Screw the FBI. Whatever.
Right. Yeah. Cool.
No, like that was the message. I'm not saying it, FBI. Don't come raid me.
No. But what I mean is they do not romanticize it, but it is like, oh, he was just misunderstood. And I think that's dangerous, especially for this generation that is growing up on TikTok and like only videos. Because, I mean, what you see in a video is, everyone thinks like this.
Yeah.
Or it's okay to do this.
They're just putting it out there so much that's desensitizing, like using the term racist a ton. Yeah. Like when you do it a ton, it just cheapens the actual act, or cheapens that label. And like putting out Nazi movies 3 times a year, it's like, okay, like, I get it. Like, Nazis, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You're trying to humanize them, or like understand like where they were coming from. And then it's just like, okay, like, whatever, like, Nazis, maybe Nazis weren't that bad. Like Kanye's saying,
they had a point.
That, and then you start radicalize people, and it's just like, where does the buck stop? Where are we going to stop cheapening it and romanticizing this kind of evil, morally absent activity?
I'd be very curious to see what other countries' catalog of stuff like that is.
Probably the French
compared to Americans.
Yeah,
what we consume, because it was already shown with the TikTok thing of what Chinese children consume versus what American children consume.
Yeah, Chinese are like only like
education.
Like, you will be educated.
Like limited in screen time to it. And for us, it's like dumb TikTok influencers that are just
the Chinese
dancing.
They got some right ideas. At least with children, maybe. I don't know. Well, except the
fact that they're now in a population crisis.
Yeah, they're like, one child policy. Maybe that was a wrong idea.
You would think for a country that is amazing at math, or at least the stereotypical amazing at math, didn't calculate that out of like, oh, only one child. Oh, and most of them are going to be men.
Yeah.
And that might lead to a problem in a couple years.
So like, they're bringing in tons of prostitutes from like Korea and like other surrounding countries. To have more
kids now?
I don't know about paying, but they raised the 1-child policy to 2-child policy. So it used to be you could only have 1 child. So people were like, okay, well, I obviously only want to have a boy to carry on the name and, whatever. And so they would either abort girls or like leave girls out in, the woods to be, die of exposure and all that. And then the families that had 2 children, they called the second child a refrigerator baby, because you could pay like this, basically like a fee to keep that child, which was equivalent of the price of a refrigerator.
Oh,
So
that's good.
You hit that.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah.
I gotta set that right. We're learning.
If it could not, go off for 5 seconds. Okay, so back to MK Ultra.
MK Ultra, the butterfly effect.
The more that I've looked at that, the more that it's so like him, like Ted Kaczynski. What do you keep looking at my watch for?
No, I was looking at your ring.
Why?
You're playing with your ring.
Yeah.
Your Groove Life.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Groove Life.
Groove Life?
We're going to be like the next Joe Rogan of ads.
He only runs like 4. If that.
He buys like On It. He does like the Neuro Gum.
He does Athletic Greens.
Every time he like mentions a product, they're like, clip it. We're putting it on Instagram for our ads. But MK Ultra.
Dude, that's just crazy. Like, think just the fact that even happened in America.
Yeah. I mean,
it was allowed to happen.
It was these Nazi German scientists that we brought over that were like, okay, we've done the Manhattan Project. We're like basically gods of war now. What's
mind
next?
control?
Mind control. Yeah.
Because it was Kaczynski, Manson was part of it. And like,
and tons of other people.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying the most like, and I'm sure like even most of the serial killers.
And 11 from Stranger Things.
Really?
That was the plot of it. Yeah. I went on like a deep dive into MK Ultra. Like I found out, I was like,
if anyone doesn't know, MK Ultra was a CIA program that was allowed to take place to study mind control with basically LSD and like all of these hallucinogenic drugs that they then participated people like Charles Manson, Ted Kaczynski, all of these other people that they did not know they were taking part in this experiment with the CIA.
And to get and control their minds, they would like torture them, like physically torture them with electroshock, other beatings, other abuse, sexual and otherwise.
And if you don't believe us, look it up. It's true.
Yeah,
it's in documented.
Yes. Yeah, what did they release files or did they?
I think it was the whole Freedom of Information Act that it came out.
The FOIAs.
Yeah. And if only we could understand, other things that they're not releasing.
Like JFK.
JFK. Aliens. Area 51.
Dude, JFK was going to release it. JFK was the
I know. He wanted to disband the CIA.
He's like, it's beware of the secret societies. And like, oh, you know what? I think we need to hire this dude.
A lone shooter.
We need to use MK Ultra on this Lee Harvey Oswald fellow.
Oh, yeah. And Lee Harvey Oswald.
Put somebody else at the grassy knoll.
Yeah, all of a sudden goes insane when the head of MK Ultra comes to visit him. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, goes insane.
Yeah, and they're like, the CIA was he was a Russian asset. He was a Russian, and the Russians were like, yo, we turned him down from us because this dude was literally off his rocker. It's like he was not there, and he was too much for us. Like that was released by Russia, like Spetsnaz or whatever.
Spetsnaz.
There's not Spetsnaz, KGB. Spetsnaz. We asked the questions. No, but yeah. So, dude, where's KGB? They're like, no.
Not ours.
No. He sucked.
He hated vodka.
No, but he like, even his wife like divorced him, I think, and she was like Russian.
I would too, yeah.
And she's like, you're a failure.
Well,
I'm done.
Yeah, I'd probably divorce him too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just so weird. The fact that it was even allowed to take place.
Yeah, he was like, who was the genius that was like, let's put our president in a convertible and go down during the Cold War, like through the streets of Dallas.
Of course, it had to be Dallas.
I know, of course, it had to be Dallas.
Have you been to that museum?
Yeah,
it's heavy.
Yeah,
but it's so cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did. There was like 1 week in 7th grade where we like went down to like all the historical stuff in downtown Dallas, and we did like the JFK spot on the street. Mm-hmm. Went up to the Texas School Book Repository, that old red bank library building, whatever it is, and then we went to like the Holocaust museum where we saw like all the shoes of all the children. And it was heavy. That was a heavy week, man. I was like, I don't know how to deal with this stuff. I'm just a toddler in 7th grade.
I wish that they would do stuff like that when you're older, not when you're in like middle school. Because like we did stuff like that. I saw the 9/11. I saw the 9/11 one when I was older, but I wish they would do it when you're like in high school. Because I think you would actually understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Like you could understand like, oh, all these children died from the Holocaust, like all this stuff. But I don't think you really fully comprehend the weight of what you're looking at.
You really don't, because some idiot kid that was in my class like literally like, went under the rope and like grabbed his shoes. Like, you think it'll fit?
Yeah.
Like just some idiot. We're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kids don't understand. I don't think kids now even.
I wonder if kids
it'd be
now
like
even
TikTok,
go,
like, we out here,
Yeah.
look at us. And they film the guy trying to put on the shoe.
I think it's funny.
Then he'd be like, are you judging my sexuality because of the, and like, no, you're trying on a shoe from a Holocaust victim. Like, what do you,
I don't know where you're
get
going
out of
with that.
well, just entitlement. I'm entitled to put on this historical artifact.
Story time. So
Story
I was
time?
at the mall this weekend.
Yeah. Mall of America.
No.
Okay.
Stonebriar.
Oh, nice.
And I'm in the truck.
Hoorah.
No. I'm in my truck. And you know how in the mall or really anywhere that the parking spots are slanted? You know, you're supposed to go a specific way because you can't get into the parking spots unless you're going the right way.
Yeah, you mean the way that the arrows are pointing on the street.
Yeah, that way. Mm-hmm. So I pull out of my spot. Now I had pulled through. So I was, I pulled through. And the way that you were supposed to go out, like the direction of it was left. So I turned left out of my parking spot. This white woman in a minivan comes into
white,
because she was, and she comes into the lane that you can only go one way out. And I pull, like, she has to move. So I pull up beside her and she like won't move enough for me to get around her. So I roll my window down. I was like, are you going to move? She's like, well, she said something like, why did you have to come this way? I was like, the arrow's on the ground. Like this is the way to go out. You're going the wrong way. And she's like, well, you could move. So what do you mean I could move? Like you're going the wrong way. I just wanted to be like,
I hate those Karens.
She had a kid in the car and I was so close to being like, this is why people are going to like grow up to be terrible. Because you literally just, and it's not even the fact that, just admit you were wrong. Just say, oh, you're right. My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Or at least like act surprised. Like,
oh,
am I?
I'm going the wrong
so
way.
Sorry.
My bad. You're right.
Here.
I'll just turn around or like, I'll just pull over a little bit for you. But no, it's the fact that white women are the most entitled women on the planet.
That's why I didn't get one for a wife.
Well, apparently mine is Ukrainian.
I thought she was Native American.
I don't think.
Or is your wife just Ukrainian because she has the flag in her bio?
She's apparently like 20% Ukrainian.
I was 23andMe.
No, this is from a back of a napkin from her cousin that mapped it all out. So it's not even.
Hey, back of napkins are a legal contract. So,
have you seen that whole California bill that they're passing?
Oh, about reparations. Yeah, like reparations. What is it? Like $2 or $5 million per person, and then per qualifying person, and then they don't even have the money to pay them out. Yeah, so no way, no shocker. Where are they going to get that money? China. Or the taxpayers? They're gonna save money from the electric grid by banning Tesla drivers from plugging in their Teslas.
Yeah, can't they only charge at certain times now?
Yeah, they can only charge at certain times. They're like, you know what? We're not having anybody else.
But everyone else should go electric.
Yeah,
everyone else in the country should go electric.
Put all these batteries in your house, but you can't charge them.
Don't complain. Yeah, otherwise, like, you're not helping.
They banned gas powered cars after like
2030.
Yeah. Like, we're going to have only electric cars. But by the way, we have the most inconsistent electric grid in the nation.
And we still need to ship in power to supply it.
And also ship in water.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Do they actually need to?
They actually have to ship in, like, they have to like pipe in water from out of state because SoCal is in the biggest like generational drought.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been going for years.
I'll be honest. I quit paying attention of news from California for every reason.
They just suck, except for Paul Pelosi.
I even quit paying attention to him. I really, I really want to follow that Twitter account that just follows his trades and mimics them.
Oh yeah, dude, I want to get that app that was like follow the like America's best
Billionaires
investors.
Jets. Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was like number 1 was Nancy Pelosi, and it's just like
Something doesn't add up here.
like dude, you are on the take.
100%.
You're in office and
But
you're
so-
literally the number 1. You beat Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett's like number 2 and Nancy's number 1.
Yeah.
Like you're selling out American policy and you're cashing out.
Well, both sides are doing that. Like, let's be fair.
Like when they made like insider trading illegal.
I loved
they're
her
like-
response. She was like, I don't think that's necessary.
That has no bearing on this conversation. And it's just, you're hired now. Bearing on this conversation. Oh, my teeth, my dentures. She like a tooth or something like fell out and like into her water. She was like talking. Oh my god, she's disgusting.
How old is she? Like 80s?
Like gremlin age.
Oh, okay. Like 80s.
Yeah, probably 80s. She's like late 70s. She's got like 2 refrigerators in her home. Each cost like 50 grand. One is purely for ice cream, like organic ice cream.
What? Is this real?
Yeah, no, like during quarantine, like she was like, and this is my kitchen. Come over here where you can come to my freezer. And it's like this, and it's beautiful refrigerator and like its twin freezer, like the size of a regular refrigerator freezer. Like it was just a freezer. And like each one costs like 50 grand. She like, now like I use like this, like bought half of my freezer just for ice cream, like organic ice cream. Like, I can't live without it. It's like people are dying.
But you can have your ice cream.
People can't afford to live. And you're like,
and you get your hair cut.
here's a $10 little half pint of ice cream. And my refrigerator's filled, my freezer's filled with them. It's like sick Nancy. But dude, she cares about equity.
We went to, on the COVID note, we went to see Brooklyn's grandma today. And we pull up and this lady is like masking up in the car. And I mean, she is making sure that thing is covering her nose and mouth.
She's stopping the spread.
And I'm curious as to how many people became hypochondriacs because of this. Probably
a good percentage.
Over 50% of people, 100%.
Definitely.
Of just not understanding anything. And I don't know what that is. I don't really understand. Like at this point, it's science. It's data. Follow the science. But like, I don't understand why you would think that still works. And it wasn't even an N95. Because I think there's an argument to be said about maybe an N95.
Well, it was like N95 was good for like some things, but it's, something that's airborne. If something is airborne, you literally cannot have any like openings in your mask, and N95 doesn't exactly like, it doesn't suction onto your face. It doesn't have that seal like a gas mask would. If it seals to your face, if you get that seal, then you're good against airborne toxins coming into your nose and your mouth. And if it's masked like a gas mask, then it blocks out your eyes, but you still have other orifices like your ears. So it's like, okay, you're not breathing it in. So, but what if it like goes into your ears? What if it, you don't have a face shield on, so it goes into your eyes? What if it goes into your nose? Like, what if it goes into the slits into your mask? Like it doesn't protect. The reason they were originally saying like, yeah, mask up was like, oh, like it only transfers if there's droplets of
right, yeah. I remember
spittle.
that.
And I was like, okay, like I can understand that. People spit,
Well, anytime you speak, like your breath has water
particulates.
molecules. Yeah. So, it made sense.
Yeah. But I think that now people have gotten so used to masking up that it has become like their identity. And
100%.
one of the, like, whenever you're trying to dehumanize somebody, they did this in the South for slavery. They did this in Britain to just prisoners. And you can see like depictions of it. There's art or whatever of depicting just kind of like almost like the prisoners. It's really creepy, but it's masks, and it's like documented like in those drawings in these books, saying like when you have like a mask on something like that, it dehumanizes them, and it like whenever you cover their face, it dehumanizes them. It like strips them of like their individual personality, their identity. I mean, and it makes them more malleable to be subjugated. I'm like, that totally makes sense, because you don't feel like your own individual person when you're masking up.
Well, and then think about that, and then think about the fact that you're being dehumanized in mass. So now your new identity is with everyone else who is dehumanized. Yeah.
It's like just drones that going around like, oh, like, you can't go in there without a mask, you know? And then whenever you take off your mask, it's like, oh, you trying to kill me, bro? You're trying to literally kill. This is assault.
When I was working at Shields, they had a guy, they were from Chicago. This couple was from Chicago.
Shout out Shields.
And 100%, you want to, I was a former employee. Please sponsor.
Swipe up.
Swipe up for Shields. And this couple came in and they had masks on. And this was when nobody was wearing it. This was probably 6 months ago. And they walk up to us and they go, "Why aren't you wearing masks?"
Do you see anybody wearing masks?
Not accusing us, but they were like, why isn't anyone wearing masks here? And I turned and I was like, "You're in Texas. Like, that's not a thing here. And like, it doesn't help." And they're like, "Oh, we're from Chicago." And like,
stay there.
Well, they were legit curious. They were legit, didn't understand why we weren't wearing masks. It wasn't like trying to attack us or anything. And they were confused of why we weren't wearing masks. And I, like, after they walked away, I started thinking, and I go, is this how some of the country actually feels oh, everyone's wearing a mask. Everyone's continuing to do this. Everyone else in the country is having to worry about all this stuff.
Oh, not only masking, but double masking.
That gets me so mad.
Yeah.
Why do you think you need a double mask?
Because it provides more of a layer of protection.
I'm sorry. That's like putting 2 condoms on.
You're double trapping something inside.
Like, how does that work?
It's like you're double trapping the COVID that's inside your mask already.
And I'm sorry if you have to double mask because the mask gets so wet that it tears because you've been wearing it for so long. There's another issue there other than the mask.
It's like germs.
Yeah.
It's literally like germs. Like, oh, like I have a glove on. I'm going to touch this thing that's got a lot of bacteria on it. But you know what? Like, I'm good. Like, once I take that glove off, I'm like, I'm just handling this rotting piece of whatever. And
I never understood the people that would put a glove on, go to the grocery store, and then wear the same glove to drive home.
Literally, they like put it on their seat and we're like, oh, I'm
wear a mask in the car.
I'm doing my part. God. I'm saving America.
I'm saving the world. I'm wearing a glove and a mask.
Dude, I totally did that. Like,
you wore gloves.
So right when it came out, and we're like, everything shut down. They're like, go home. We can't go to class anymore. Stay at home, shelter in place. I was like, oh crap! Like, I gotta wear long sleeve.
Could buy a hazmat suit.
Yeah, I was like wearing a long sleeve with like a mask and like one glove because I only had 2 gloves. So like I gave one glove to Daisy.
What, did y'all just hold hands so you never touched anything with the other
one?
ones?
I was like, only reach with your gloved hand. She's like, okay. Then after like the second time of doing that, I'm like, dude,
stop. Just grab the freaking Velveeta and let's go.
Screw this. I'm like, just put it all in there. Like, I don't care.
I think the first week I brought home everything and actually Clorox wiped it.
Oh, I did that. My mom was like, make sure you wipe everything
down.
And
then I realized how long that took. And I was like, F it. If I get COVID, whatever.
Yeah. I was just like, whatever, dude. I'm good.
Just looking back, it was so dumb.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't know any better.
No one did. But can you imagine a world where you're a grocery store worker, like cashier, and you're having to risk your life at the time that you thought to go to work.
Yeah, like everybody else is like, oh, dude, like COVID's like not so bad. We're like chilling
Yeah,
at home,
I get
like
to work at
doing
home.
well, like, you know, just relaxing.
And then the grocery store is like, oh, I have.
They're like, I might die today.
like I get paid $10 and I might die today.
Yeah,
But for the good of Kroger, I'm gonna go do it. Like
Kroger is essential.
Like if I was, no,
And,
I'm good. Thank you.
The protection they gave them was a piece of plexiglass,
And
then like you have to walk around the plexiglass and like give the groceries to them.
or
Like,
pay
this doesn't help.
before they had the slit in between. You had to like reach around to give them the card.
Yeah, and they like have to grab
Or
and they're
cash or
like-
whatever.
they're like, thank you for your card. Oh, it was so dumb.
And the fact that some places still, like if you go to Target, I'm pretty sure plexiglass is still up.
Oh yeah.
Or Walmart,
Oh yeah. Some places I think it might be just laziness.
maybe.
Like we put it up, dude. Like I don't want to go take it down again. I mean, there's scanners. I mean, even today we just went to the grocery store and their scanners were just like pieces of crap. So I don't think they're itching to replace or take down anything.
Probably not, but it's still funny.
Oh my god.
I remember getting yelled at. I got the cops called on me because I wasn't wearing a mask.
What?
Yeah. So I was at the YMCA downtown,
Oh, dude, that's YMCA is so liberal now.
but it wasn't a YMCA employee. So
Somebody else at the YMCA.
like an older man.
Oh, dude.
So
sick.
like I was doing the row machine, and the posted and like every rule was if you're not within 6 feet and like using the machine, you don't have to wear a mask,
yeah,
which makes sense.
because you're having like less oxygen coming through your mask.
Sure. So I'm sitting there
It's facts.
doing
Check
the
it out.
row machine without my mask on, listening to music, and this old man comes up and like starts berating me, and I can't hear him because I have music on. So I look at him and he gets closer. And so I take my music out and I'm like, excuse me, like, do you need me? And he was like, why isn't your mask on? It's like, I don't have to wear my mask. You coming closer is going to make me put, like, at the time, make me put the mask on because you're getting within 6 feet. But I don't have to wear my mask right now.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, you do. You have to wear your mask everywhere. I was like, I don't. He's like, I'm going to get you kicked out. I'm like,
Read the rules, old man.
well, he was like, I'm going to get you kicked out. I was like, go get an employee and kick
Do
me
it.
out. So he goes down to the front desk. And this is when I don't remember his name for the life of me. And I feel bad, but he was so cool. He was this like really big black guy. And every time I walked in, he's like, what's up, Caleb? I'm like, what's up, man? I'm
You
like,
dap up?
No,
You just did,
I wasn't
you just
that
did
cool.
the dap up guy.
No, I wasn't. Yeah, I know. I wasn't that cool though.
Okay.
And
So you're a liar.
no. Oh, my motion is lying.
Your motion
Okay,
is
whatever.
lying.
He knew
You're
my
like,
name.
listen.
He knew my name. And I was like, hey, man. And I go back and change. And so he went down and he was working the front desk that day. And so he goes down to get me kicked out. And 20, 30 minutes goes by. Nothing happens. So I was like, okay, whatever.
He's like, nah, man, I just came down to play I just came down to play basketball.
So I'm on a different machine.
I didn't want to kick you out. I decided I'm a good Christian, man.
I'm on a different machine. And the like manager of the YMCA comes up. He goes, hey, do you mind if I ask you a couple questions? And I was like, good Lord. Like, sure, what's up? And starts, I forgot the best part. So before he left to go tattle on me, he squirted the sanitizer bottle like at me, like squirted it. It's like, you need to wear your mask.
That's assault, brother.
100%. So then the guy is like asking what happened. I'm basically told him the same story of he came over, started yelling, da 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 da. So, and then I told him he squirted the bottle at me. And he goes, okay, well, he called the cops. So we're going to like, I'll probably have to come back up and get you to like give them your side of the story. I was like, whatever, fine.
Yeah, let me tell them how this dude assaulted me with
Right.
sanitizer in my face.
So then I went down to the front desk because that's where I assumed he went. And the guy working the desk was like, that mother F, like, da 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 da. I was like, I didn't mean to cause any trouble. He goes, no, man, you didn't. He comes in every day. He's this racist white guy. And I was like, oh, okay.
Nice.
And so I go back upstairs. I was like, okay, I didn't mean to cause any trouble. Like, he's like, you didn't. Like, don't worry about it. And I was like, are you in trouble? He's like, no, don't worry about it. I was like, okay. So I go back upstairs and then the manager comes back up. He goes, can you come like talk to the cops? And I come down and both the cops are like, what happened? And I was just, I gave him my side of the story, told him about the squirt. Like,
I want to press charges.
He was just like, you okay? I was like, I'm fine. He's like, don't worry about it.
Don't ever say that. Say that you are physically enabled now.
Actually, I
You're
can't
feeling
walk.
around.
I cannot see.
You went in my eyes, officer.
So then it might have been a week later, and I talked to the guy. It's ironic enough that this happened on the same day. So I go back to the guy and I go, my friend at the front desk. I go, did anything happen to that guy? He goes, I haven't seen him in 2 weeks. I was like, good. And I think
he died of COVID because you didn't wear your mask.
And I think the manager,
he was right all along.
The manager came over and was like, just FYI, he's no longer a member at the YMCA.
Because he died.
Good. Like, good. And so then I go upstairs to work out. I'm sitting on one of the benches for the dumbbells, and this like mid-40s guy, same exact scenario happens. I'm using the bench. I'm not within 6 feet of anyone. I have my mask off. The dude comes over to me and is like, you need to put your mask on. And I stand up and I'm like, I'm not going to do this again.
I kicked out a guy 2 weeks ago, double your age,
I've got blood on my hands.
Bro, I'm a vet at this.
And so I'm like, I'm not doing this. If you want to kick me out, go talk to somebody at the front desk. Otherwise, I don't have to do it. And this jacked, like 60-year-old white guy is wearing a mask and looks over at me and he goes, we don't have to wear our mask if that. Like, oh yeah, that sign does say that. Rips his mask off looking at the guy and like throws it on the ground and starts doing curls again. And I was like, no, we don't. It's only the really weird people that do it. And like, just go back. Dude like puts his music in and like waddles over to the
second mask on.
Waddles over to like a desk.
He puts that guy's mask on him. Is like, I'm going to be protected for you.
I was like, good Lord, people. Oh, it was so funny. I like stared at him. I was like, I'm not doing this again. And I was like, if you really like, stop, just stop. And if you were that, at that point, I was like, if you were that afraid of getting something,
why
don't
you
go
at
to the gym.
gym?
Don't go anywhere. Stay inside, order your little, whatever it was, Hop Cart, something, Instacart
to
get
Whole Foods.
your food back in. And then just don't go outside. Do society a favor and just stay inside. If you're going to be like that, anywhere you go. You're not saving anyone. Whatever righteous judgment that you think you're passing on to somebody, you're not. Just stay inside. Don't talk to anyone and like just, live out your days and die.
Yeah. Tom Ford is an amazing clone. I love him. He's my favorite designer.
All right.
I love everything that he does except for his stupid underwear prices. It's like $300 per pair of silk panties. Why?
Please don't ever call men's underwear panties.
Panties.
Okay. Well, there we go. I'm uncomfortable.
Well, I say panties because they really highly resemble
panties. Then why would you wear them?
Exactly. I mean, dude, I wear the old man boxers, the free and breezies.
You like boxers?
Dude, I only wear boxer shorts. Not boxer briefs because they constrict the goodies.
Like they're fluid. Not fluid. Flowy.
Not fluid.
Flowy.
You gay, bro? I'm so straight.
I meant flowy.
Yeah. Flowing, breezing. Oh yeah.
Like, see, I only have briefs.
Well, it's because like the boxer briefs like constrict. Yeah. And that has been shown to reduce your sperm count.
Yeah, but everything nowadays reduces your sperm count.
Dude, I'm trying not to reduce my sperm count.
Like cigarettes reduce your sperm count. Weed reduces your sperm count. Alcohol reduces your sperm count. Sleep reduces your sperm count.
Good thing we don't do any of those things. Sleep does not reduce your sperm count.
Lack of sleep reduces sperm count. Yeah. Stress reduces sperm count. Anxiety reduces sperm count.
Would also
Advil reduces sperm count. I don't know about that last one.
It also like kills off more of the X chromosomes. So you're left with like more girl sperm, I guess. Like XY.
Oh.
So, which I think is why there's more girls being born today than.
Is that a statistic?
I think so. I mean, I don't
know. I just said it.
I could be wrong about this, but like literally, I'd say 95 to 99% of all gender reveals that I've seen have been girls. I'm like, it's so rare that I see a boy gender reveal, but it also could be just correlation, not causation. And that people that have boys aren't the type of people that would want to film them like popping a balloon.
I'm saying if more girls are being born.
Yeah, look that up. That would be interesting. Jamie, pull that up. I should have Daisy.
Typically, there are more male babies than female babies.
What?
So you're wrong. Way to spread misinformation.
What year is that?
2019.
Yeah, it's old.
Okay.
No, but like for like the past like 3 years has been something that I've noticed.
Research suggests gender favorites from conception to first years of life. I don't know why that has to be in a baby article.
And then, I mean, my brother has like 3 girls. So, I mean, something must be in the water.
I don't care about India and China.
Oh, yeah. Those results are going to be skewed. One child policy. Males are certainly on the rise in China. It's like, are they on the rise or are they just the last one standing?
I can't find anything. It's all like,
if we go solely based on gender reveal videos, then it's girls. And that is a fact. You know, I mean,
that makes sense because the one gender reveal we went to like a month ago, it was a girl. So
yeah, Daisy's like, I need to find out before you do. So if we have a gender reveal party, you know it's a boy. I don't want you to be disappointed in front of a bunch of people.
Oh my gosh. So we went to this gender reveal party and it was a girl. And the dad has had only girls.
Nice.
Like he had like
he's raking in that OnlyFans money, I bet.
Okay.
He's an OnlyFans dad?
No.
Shane Gillis?
No.
I'm going to bring money for this family. It's one of the best skits I've seen.
And he had 2 girls and he was visibly upset that it was a girl. And so was the soon to be dad. Not like upset, but it was like he really wanted a boy.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's natural for a male to want to carry on his bloodline as his name.
The dad, it was just like sick. And then immediately went to the liquor store, like the liquor bar cart. It was just like, all right.
Absolutely. You got it.
I mean, I would be like, I felt bad for him. I was like, I mean, I think every guy wants a son.
You have to.
Yeah, I just remember smoking cigars back there.
Yeah.
And then you throwing up from a dip.
Oh, yeah, dude. Dude, Copenhagen straight cut.
Golly.
Here, I've been dipping.
I dip now.
I've been dipping because I was on the oil fields. I'm like, what's dip?
I want to try it.
I was like, this is better than drinking.
And then 5 minutes later, you're kneeled over.
This is not better than drinking.
Up chucking at the base of a tree.
I'm sorry, Elliott. No.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. This is great.
You just put the dip in. And
I left it there for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
and I was like,
I like this. And then you would just look over and just like.
It was 20 minutes later. I was like, guys, I don't think I'm doing so well. Good. He's like, holy crap. You still have that in there? I'm like, yeah. He goes, you're not supposed to. I'm like, well, thanks for telling me. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Your instructions.
That's his first time.
I literally had like half a horseshoe in.
You did.
He's like, go ahead and get you a big healthy cut of that. I'm like, okay. Oh, like eating a hamburger.
You're literally just like,
It was from like each crevice of my mouth. It was just in there. And I was like, all right.
This is what I do, right?
I'm like, I'm a man now. I earned this hair on my chest.
Then you earned the throw up.
Yeah. Never dipped again.
Yeah. We're driving. Opens his console. Just pulls out a pack of cigarettes.
Dude, hell yeah.
And like lights one. He's like, you want one? I'm like, okay. So I have it. And then he is adamant that you have to hold the cigarette out the window and you have to breathe out the window.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you like? But you can smoke in your car.
I gotta save the truck. These
Okay.
are cloth seats. Oh my God. When we were down at A&M, we would do shit like that all the time. And, one day we're just driving around and he goes, he's like, dude, I want to talk to you about like something. I'm like, okay, what is it? He goes, I'm going to get into illegal cockfighting.
What?
I'm like, okay, tell me more. He said, I met this Mexican dude out behind the Home Depot over here. And he said that he has a nice line on a cock.
I bet he does. I bet he does.
I said, did you get clarification on exactly what kind of cock? He said, yeah, chicken. I was like, okay, good.
We're starting off right.
Due diligence. I said, yes, I got the breed. I'm like, okay. He's like, so I'd have to raise it.
I was about to ask, does he mean like betting on it?
He's
or
like, I'd have to raise it.
Getting in like actually the chicken?
Yeah, both.
Oh, okay.
Like the chicken. And then the betting later on. He's like, I'm going to raise it. And then I'm going to raise it. And then I'm going to teach it how to fight. I'm like, how do you teach a chicken how to fight? And he goes, well, here's the thing. I need multiple chickens. I'm like, okay. Multiple chickens. He's like, yes. And then I kill it. I kill one in front of the other one.
Oh my God. And
then I cut it up and feed the chicken so that it likes the taste of other chicken. I'm like, Tribon, this sounds like a really bad idea. He goes, no, it works. And I need the money.
What the?
I'm like, I think you might need to lose that guy's number today.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't think he got into it, but
I remember
he
got into bull riding.
He did get into bull riding. Yeah, his bull riding, he was like, yeah, you gotta buy the saddle, or not the saddle, but you gotta buy like the chaps and the gloves. He's like, the glove is the most important thing. You gotta get yourself a good glove. You gotta break the glove in. You're like, and then after that,
just hold on.
Just medical bills.
Just medical bills.
I'm like, dude, I hope you got that Blue Cross Blue Shield, because you're not. You're going to get bucked.
So the sad part is we watched The Hangover. You remember in high school where we thought of roles for everyone?
Yes. I'm Bradley Cooper.
I was watching it this weekend, and Tribon, if you've made it this far and are actually watching, I actually agree that he is Bradley Cooper.
How so?
Not from the looks perspective.
It totally the looks, man.
But because name one person.
I'm so good looking.
His character in that movie is the guy. You always have to have that guy in the friend group that is F it.
Yeah.
And that's his character in the movie. And that is Tribon in the friend group. And I was watching it and I go, I hate that I'm actually agreeing right now.
Who would I be? Alan?
No.
Let's make a blood pact.
Okay, maybe from that perspective.
So how about that right in? Just not all there mentally. Roofies are drinks.
I want to say
you're Stu.
100%. I'm Stu.
You're Dr. Faggot.
Paging Dr. Faggot.
Dude, that was one of the most.
Oh,
like, because in the commercials, it's like paging Dr. Douchebag.
Yeah,
and that was funny.
I got a chuckle.
Rhyme. It was a better rhyme. Dr. Douchebag.
Yeah, but the other one just kind of.
And it was like, the other one was more offensive. That one was just
100%. I want to say you're Alan from the perspective of how crazy you can be. About like you would also be the guy that's like, I just wanted everyone to have fun. I didn't know it was roofies.
Like, hey, I got this baby.
I just wanted,
I got this baby.
You would be the guy walking around with the baby if there was a baby found, 100%. So like from that perspective, yeah, not from the like. You would also be the guy that would count the cards.
What are you saying, you ableist? Yeah, mentally handicapped.
No,
I got it. I understand what you're saying.
You would also be the guy to count cards.
Yeah.
So like,
oh, I did.
There you go. And I'm the guy that would marry a
until I
stripper.
got like a drink, and then I was like,
I don't
splitting
remember
twos.
anything.
Let's
Let's
do that.
go.
Twos again. Double split.
I have no more money.
I literally did that last time I was in Vegas.
Good Lord.
I split 2 pairs of twos on this hand, just like lost half of the winnings. And I was like, dang it.
What did you think was going to happen?
Well, I did it before and it worked out really well. So I was like, let's do this again.
And it didn't.
Yeah. But then I built back a little bit. And I still made really good money. By really good, I mean like $200.
Woo!
We made it, baby.
No more working.
You don't have to go back to work anymore. You can leave the club.
And I can't because I sold the car.
We got to get back.
We got to get back home. Yeah, I've never been to Vegas. I don't really have a desire to go.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, when y'all went, I was like, that'll be fun, but
Yeah, we got that itch out.
yeah.
I don't know. The first time I went it was a lot better because I don't know. We went during the time to go is like kind of in the winter when not a lot of people there, like in the off season. This last time we were there, it was during Chinese New Year. And it was really cool. Everything was like kind of decorated, more Chinese, red lanterns, and like it's like the coin. It's like a circle with like the cutout square in the middle. Like some traditional Chinese currency, I think. But it was really cool. Dragons, we saw like this dragon show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've heard, I mean, obviously, I've heard the only reason to go is for the shows. Like, and maybe the food.
Yeah. Food, gambling.
How low was
Legalized
like one
prostitution.
of the lowest? Okay. What was like the lowest table you could play? Like minimum.
Oh, blackjack was $15.
Oh, that's not terrible.
Oh, guess where you had to find it though? At the back of the casino.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Big baller until you get to where you got to gamble.
I literally went to like, I was like, oh, here's a roulette table. Found it. It was at like towards the front. And I was like, oh, $25 a hand. Then you had to like walk all the way back. And then it was like, oh, the $15 tables are over here. And so I put on those. But man.
In Oklahoma, when we went to Riverwind, you could play $5 hands on blackjack, but you had to ante every time. So you had to pay 50 cents to the house every time you played a hand.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Well, it's Oklahoma reservation. So like that's how they make their money.
Oh, I never knew that.
Other than gambling, but like you had to pay 50 cents every time.
The one time I went to, I think it was WinStar, maybe from Austin College. I don't think we had to do that. But also that was a long time ago, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle of the night.
We would go and just like I'd put $50
Yeah.
just to see what I could do.
Yeah. I think that's the way to go, is to just go to Vegas with a set amount of money.
Yeah.
Like of cash.
For gambling.
And you're just like, this is just for gambling. If I lose this, so be it. It's the cost of
and
vacation.
If I win, that just means I have more to gamble with.
But you do not take out money to gamble.
Remember,
it's like just call a loss a loss.
Do you remember at my bachelor party where Nate?
Wait, your bachelor?
Nate, I love you.
Your bachelor party
to this,
was
where we went.
Where was your bachelor party again?
Ocean Springs, right? Gulf Shores. I think Ocean Springs.
Yes. Okay. We've had a lot of bachelor parties around there.
Where we went to the casino the first night that I was there.
That's such fun.
And Nate takes out money and then goes, hold on, I have to call Cindy. I have to take out more money.
What a little... Oh my gosh.
And he won it back.
Yeah, he took out like $1,000.
I don't know the number.
And he got time to call Cindy. He's like, can I take out more money, babe?
I think he only did that once.
And she's like, we still have to pay taxes.
Just remember. It's like, oh yeah, I want it back. I'm like, so you're even now, technically.
Yeah. Oh my God. I remember that last night though. I was like down. The the last night of your bachelor party, we had like been on that rooftop bar.
Oh yeah.
And I had gotten
We got
torched.
Yeah.
I got torched. I was as red as the shirt I was wearing.
Yeah.
And I was dying.
Yeah.
And Leslie had to bring that banana boat aloe lotion. And I had it in my back pocket. And I was just like squirting it, like rubbing it all over my body at the tables. And he was like, this dude is insane. This dude he has a problem. Yeah. And I've been just losing at the roulette table. I'm like, my strategy isn't working. Like working like the front third, the
You mean
back
splitting
third.
twos isn't working?
That's blackjack. So I was like, I'm done. Like I'm down like, I think I was like down like 200, 250 at the roulette tables. And then I was down like $100 from the night before. And then we went to, I walked over to y'all were at the blackjack table, and we had a really good dealer, and she was really fun. And I was like, all right, man, like fine, like I'll join, like whatever. So I start playing, start winning. And I was just using like the basic blackjack strategy. And I was like remembering it really well. And so I was playing, started to win.
I remember you being laser focused too.
I was
not like talking.
I was Alan from.
You were not talking. We had like drink service coming over, and you were just like, I'm good.
I was like, stay away from me.
I'm good.
Only waters. I was like, give me waters right now. Rubbing it on my face. You could see if you like panned on me, I had like the numbers like going around like calculus and. Oh my god! It
was a great table. I remember winning.
Wound up winning like $500. So I came out even.
Yeah,
I might have come out with like $10 more.
I remember the dealer Nate was at that table, and it was
he was insane.
It was something like
he was saying all the wrong
rule.
Things.
I don't remember the rule.
And he was like taking pictures of his cards.
You don't like hit on a 12 or something like that. Like you wait for a bust or something.
No. It was like he's like, should I hit on the 17?
Oh yeah. And
it's like, no.
And the dealer's like, you can. I wouldn't. And he's just like, hit 5. And she was like, you bust. And he's like, oh. I'm just like, Nate, stop.
He's like, what? I didn't know you could bust.
I think the weirdest thing about blackjack is that you're playing against the house.
Yeah.
And the other people there also play into your strategy. Like if he hits on that when you're not supposed to, you could make me bust.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's the weirdest thing to think about too. But it makes sense. But him doing that, I think caused all of us to, or at least most of us at the table to not win money. I think
that's why I said in front of him. I said in front of him, I was like, I was at the first chair and I was like, first chair sucks. Because you don't know what's going to come down. But if you're playing with Nate Jones, you're playing first chair all day.
You're playing against the house and Nate.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to sit at the last chair. Why am I going to sit at the last chair? No, I want to be in the middle. I was like, I'm first chair then. Good luck, everybody else.
She was so good. It was like, because all of us didn't really know what we were doing.
And she was like, you idiot.
I got like, what did I get? I got a, it was like a 10 and an ace. And she was like, split it.
A 10 and an ace?
Not a 10 and
That's
an ace.
That's blackjack.
No, yeah, it was something else.
2 10s?
Maybe.
It has to be the same card.
It was something that you could
has
split.
To be the same card.
Then maybe it was 2 10s then.
You're never supposed to split 2 10s.
Then something, I don't know, but it was something that you're supposed to split and I didn't know what it was. And she looks at me and goes, you need to split that. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll split it.
It was probably like 2 7s, like 2 9s. Something like that.
Yeah, something that you're supposed to split and it's like a very high likelihood that you're going to win.
Yeah.
And she was like, you need to split that. And I was like, oh, okay. And like I doubled and split and won. And I was like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's what I think is the best part. Even the dealers can technically help you
because their livelihood depends on tips. If you do well, then you're supposed to tip them, which I always do. Always tip them like at least $15 or whatever. But like the real dudes that are like professionals, they tip like after every hand that they win.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
because it's not like they have any impact. They have no impact on the game. So what do they care? Like, it's not like if the house wins more hands, they get paid more. Like, that's not how it works.
Yeah, they're financially incentivized for you to win.
Yeah.
So they want to help you, unless they're just like, a-holes, and there's like, no, like, screw you. Like,
which some of them are.
like, no, like, excuse me, sir, like, no talking over your shoulder. It's like,
yeah. It's like,
come on. Like,
I think, oh, that was the other thing. Nate, I love you. But he took out his phone.
yeah, he was
at the
taking
table.
freaking pictures.
And yeah, I was like, Nate, stop.
He's like, for the gram.
Like, yeah, and even the pit boss came over and was like, stop.
He's like, dude, you got to stop taking your phone out.
We're a
We're
freaking
like, stop it, Nate. I'm over
Mississippi
there like,
casino. We have limits.
I'm like, 3 + 4 - 1 equals 17.
Split.
And Nate's just like, yo, like, we out here. New Yorker in a bayou. On that note, swipe up, subscribe.
Download. Impeachable podcast.
Impeachable offense. IO.
Yeah, that.
IO.
IOU.
Oh, we will offend you so badly.
We're going to have guests on soon.
We're going to have guests. We're going to have our wives on. We're going to have the infamous Tribe on.
When he comes back.
When he comes back from undisclosed location. Yeah, we should try some different liquors and have like tasting reviews on them.
I'm down.
We should do that
100%. That's why I was saying that and cigars.
I love my Russian vodka that you can't hardly get anywhere else. So we should bring some contraband on here.
I'm down to do that, even if we did it like when it gets hot in the summer, like go outside and do like cigars.
Yeah,
like some like drinks and cigars and like review it.
I'd be down.
Gotta keep tuning in. Oh, you're over there. Gotta keep tuning in if you want to see it.
Tune in next time on Impeachable
Offense. Peace.
Let's go, Brandon.
Hey.
Let's go, Brandon.
Hey.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hey.
Let's go, Brandon.
Because you'd be in jail.